hollandaise powder mix, and that was kind of like because we had so many recipes, Bearnaise sauce. Okay, and that's going to be for the steak frites starting here on Easter Sunday. So we're going to start by making the hollandaise sauce and the reduction. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting these things through. Again, I'm just adding red wine vinegar, and this is the dry tarragon. You want to use the dry tarragon. It's about 4 times more concentrated than the fresh tarragon, okay? And then we're going to turn that up and kind of bring it to a simmer and then reduce it down. I'm going to add the black pepper as well. Okay. And then we're just going to be bringing this up to a boil, reducing it to a simmer, and then we're going to try to reduce it all the way down, reconstituting that tarragon, okay? So doing it live, obviously, you're going to get to enjoy doing it in real time. It takes a little longer. And again, now this part right here, I sent you guys like a pound of this stuff in a container. You can do, a cup of tarragon and reduce it down so you have enough for, if that's for a week or if that's for a week and a half or something like that. You don't have to do it all the time. This shouldn't be done every day. This should be done in a little bit of a batch form, like I did 4 tablespoons here. Okay, so now I brought it up to a boil. I'm just going to reduce it down to a simmer and then try to cook out all the liquid here. Okay. So we're going to let that do its thing, and then we're going to start getting into the hollandaise base as well. Okay, and keep an eye on that. It's got a nice steam, but it's not a hard boil going on there. Okay, once we put the bowl on, the bowl will start to get warm, right? What we're doing is we're going to be adding egg yolks to this bowl. If the bowl is scorching hot due to the water being boiling, you're going to make scrambled eggs. Okay, that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to make hollandaise sauce. Okay, so what we're going to start with is put the bowl on, and we're going to put your egg yolks. You can use the carton egg yolks as well, and I'll send out another recipe for this one as well, for more of the traditional base hollandaise. Okay. And then I'm also going to add a little bit of warm water here as this is warming up. This is going to help just relax the egg yolks, so it will take on more of the butter when we're adding that on there. Again, I'm just kind of mixing a little bit in there. Okay, and now what I'm trying to do here is without getting it too hot, and so my kind of rule of thumb is if your bottom of your hand can't touch it, it's too hot. Okay, the hot water coming out of the bathroom is 140 degrees, and it's pretty much as hot as you can take, right? So anything above that is too hot for your hands, it's too hot for the eggs. Okay, I'm moving the bowl around so there's no one center hot spot going to be built here. And what I'm doing here by agitating is I'm trying to incorporate air while the eggs are slowly starting to cook. And so you're starting to build a little air bubbles. And when the air bubbles start to cook, it'll start to add volume. Again, take it off the heat. I'm doing a small batch obviously as well. Using a whip too that's got the little fine wire, it's more of a whisk, is going to be a lot easier for you to incorporate air as well. You can see it's starting to froth up a little bit. This is the hardest part of the batch. So it's just, once you get this part down, do this 3 or 4 times so you guys get confident in it and you know kind of how to control the heat. And what we're looking for is called Sauvignon peak. Okay, we're trying to keep where you're going to get a ribbon that kind of doesn't break. whisk. The thicker you make this, the better your hollandaise will be once you start adding the liquids and the butters to it. We can also do this. I'm going to do a version where we do it in the blender as well. So you guys will have 3 different options on producing it. Alright, so we're getting about that point now. We're just getting to that thickness where we want it to be. Okay? So at this point, I'm going to turn off the down. We want this to be cooled down too before we add it in, because this can't be above that 140 either, or you're going to cook your eggs. So this can be done obviously a day ahead of time in batch form. All right, we'll let that go another couple minutes. Keep an eye on that. All right, now what we're doing, I'm going to move over to the table. 1 egg yolk, or 1 ounce of yolks, can handle up to 50 ounces of egg yolks in volume. So if you do it slow enough, a little bit of time, the fat will incorporate in. Again, the melted butter can't be hot either. Thank you. Sorry, I'm trying to do multiple things here. Turn it this way. A whisk, a ladle. Slow as possible when you're making it. Okay? Hopefully I didn't add too much of the time right there. Give me a ladle. Alright. The idea too, if you want to bring this tighter, then you're going to use it, because we're going to add lemon juice and Tabasco to this as well, which is going to thin this out. Alright, so you can see as we're getting the hollandaise here. Okay, now we're going to finish the hollandaise part with seasoning. Okay, we could probably add another cup of butter into here pretty easily. Let's add a little bit more just since we have here. Portable. All right, so from here, we're going to now season this up to make the base hollandaise, okay? So we got a little bit of Tabasco or cayenne pepper works as well. You start slowly adding this in, and then also some lemon juice. This base is basically the same base that you're working with from the powdered form, and as you saw on that recipe, you also add Tabasco and lemon juice, and then finish with the salt and pepper. All right, so from here, what we'll do is we'll try this. More lemon juice. I might need more. And this is where you're going to have to season and try it each time, guys. If we're going to make sauces that are complicated and extra ingredients, Chef has to be there, finish the tasting of it, and know what it's supposed to taste like. It has a little bit of lemon. I'm gonna need a little more lemon. Lemon background, a little bit of heat, and that's kind of your neutral hollandaise sauce base, okay? Let's take a look how this, so you can see here, nice spoonful of this, and again, adding it until you get to the right flavor we're getting to. I think we're cool enough now. All right. From there, the tarragon reduction is what makes it the Bearnaise sauce, right? So you made the hollandaise, and then you're just finishing it into a Bearnaise sauce by adding the reduction here. Okay. Grab some spoons, Luis. All right. And there, consistency-wise, you can see, nice consistency. This is a temperamental sauce, though. Okay, it's a temporary emulsion. It will separate. If you get it too cold, the butter will turn back to hard butter. If you get it too hot, the butter will separate from the egg, and you'll break the sauce. So this is in a food danger zone sauce point that has to stay under the 4-hour time stamp window. Okay, so it might have to be made once or twice a day, depending on what, how the special runs, right? The best way I see to hold it is to use one of these types of pans with a second one underneath it, so a built-in insulator, and then that can just sit at room temperature. It'll kind of keep it moderate temperature for you. It doesn't get too cold or too hot. Okay. Everyone should try this this week. We'll do another class again later this week on this so everyone can see. Okay. Any questions as of right now? Just as we kind of did the first little tutorial.